Hola guys, how are we doing? Hope we're good. Hope we're great. How are we doing? So I'm trying to share the links now, and once I'm done, I'll go to the comment section. So guys, let us so greetings guys, how are we doing? Hope we're good, hope we're great, hope we're fine. Let me be multitasking. Have we shared the video? Let me know if you've shared the video. Let me know if you've shared the video. Greetings, ma'am. How are you doing today? Good evening, Zondo, GM Boss. Greetings, Mr. Jeffrey Griffins as well. Tefe Ovie, right? Good GM Boss Shifu. Bani Angus, good evening, Boss Shifu. Zemira, good evening, Daddy. How are you, Zemira? On a scale of 1 to 100%, how are you now, Zemira? How are you doing now, Zemira? On a scale of 1 to 100%. Queensley, GM Shifu. How are you? So, like Victor is on the set, like and share, guys. Like and share. Let's go. So, if you've shared, let me know in the comment section if you've shared. I don't really know why I'm unable to stream to Facebook again, like we usually do. It's something I need to definitely try to work on. I need to try and work on that. Okay. Okay, okay. Philip, good evening, Master. Can't miss your class. Nice to see you. Joshua, nice to see you. Martida, nice to see you. And Victor is on the still bright. You don't want it to be bright? Banungu says, always a bright day with Shifu. Thank you for that. Abiodun says, good evening, sir. Shifu, greetings. Dube said, good evening, sir. How are you doing? Dub- Peter Urola, good evening, Boris Griffins. Neuron, good evening, my chief. How are you, Neuron? Hope you're good. Ifan Nobu says, how are you doing today? I'm fine, thank you. I hope you're good and great. Femi Umoboye says, good evening, Boss Chief. How are you doing, Femi? Hope you're good. Wallpaper World. This is my customer. Why is it wallpaper world? Are you into wallpaper businesses? I need to know why the name is called wallpaper world. Are you into wallpaper business? Is that what you're doing? I think you should might have. Do you have a business of wallpaper? So I know you have a lot of things you do. Okay. Femi says shared. Jeffrey says he's shared. As a pastor, say good evening, greetings. Hope you're good. Zemira, 70% fine. Thank you so much. Good to know. I'm happy for that news. It's a positive one. I'm grateful for that. We're grateful to God for that. Dominic Paul, I salute you, boss. I salute you, Mr. Dominic. Greetings. Okay, fam, let us get started. Let us get started. Okay, I haven't shared to some of the groups I want to share. So let me do that finally. And then, uh, okay. Awesome. Let's get started. Let's get started. So, welcome, guys. First of all, initially we were to have. So let me do this. So initially we were to have a particular session on Friday last week, and what happened? The session didn't hold, but this was what was funny. I know many of us may have been expecting me to go live, and definitely didn't see me go live. I think some person sent me a DM and all that. But this was what happened. That day was very funny. So it's very funny because when I got back home, I was so tired and exhausted that I slept off. I slept off and woke up around 10, if I'm not mistaken. 10. Woke up around 10. So that was like hours after the time. That was so exhausted and I needed the rest. So this weekend has been more of resting for me. I've had a lot of time to rest this weekend. In fact, I think when I woke up, I had to go out to for a particular games night that was invited, and I didn't want to attend at the time, but I just wanted to do it. So I went there and I've spent my whole weekend. How did you guys spend your weekend? I hope you spend your weekend fine. My whole weekend I've just been resting. I didn't go to church today, so I had time to just sleep, and recuperate as well in the past couple of days. I've been like My energy is very, very high this after the rest I had this weekend. Okay. Miss Zamira said that's one of my businesses. That's amazing. 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 Philip Zion says, I just shared good evening, Master. Okay, that's good. Wherever says good evening, boss. Greetings. Hope you're fine. Hope you're good. Donald just joined. He said greetings. Shiva, greetings to you, Donald. Hope you're good and you're fine. Okay, so we didn't have that. Now, so based on that, we're supposed to like change the theme for today's crypto capital show, but there's no point doing that. What is gonna happen is we're just gonna deal with whatever we're gonna deal with today, and then we'll try. And I'm gonna try as much as possible that before we have live sessions in the week, the titles, the themes will be like probably posted or published. So like we were looking forward to what you want to expect for that week moving forward as well. So we can expect that. So Ruto say his weekend was peaceful. Cool, cool. It's good. It's great that you had a peaceful weekend. This weekend I had so much, like I had so much rest. You know the kind of thing whereby you're sleeping, you wake up, you force yourself back to sleep, you wake up, you force yourself back. What I did this week. This week I forced myself back to sleep, forced myself wake up, forced myself back to sleep, and made sure I had. I didn't have like a sleeping drug, or so if not, I should have taken the sleeping drug, something that would have just been making me to sleep. So I had to do. So what I just had to do was do things that could induce sleep. And one of the things that make me sleep off is movies. Movies make me sleep off. So if I'm to watch a movie, I can't literally watch a movie without sleeping off. If I'm watching a movie, I must sleep off. I just can't be so consistent watching a movie till no, I must sleep off. So when I know I want to sleep most times and it's hard for me to sleep, just play a movie for me. I'm just gonna sleep off. That's basically my sleeping. So I did that a lot this week. I had a lot of movies that I just wanted to whenever I'm awake, I'm trying to fall, I just watch it and I'll sleep off again and I'll come up, try to watch it again so I can sleep off. So basically everybody has what some people, someone was talking to me the other time that is finding it difficult to sleep. So what I told him to do, I told him to read the Bible. And some people that reading the Bible makes them to sleep. Maybe the Bible is boring to them. So when they're reading the Bible, they are going to sleep off. Some people reading books makes them to sleep. They're going to sleep off. But on the other hand, I'm opposite of that. If I'm reading a book or reading the Bible, I will not sleep off. It's hard for me to sleep reading the Bible. It's hard for me to sleep reading a book, but it's easier for me to sleep when I'm watching a movie. So everybody has what works for them as well. Adi says, "Good evening, sir. Shares sir. Good, 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 good. Mr. World, greetings to you. Mikey Adeyemo, evening, sir. Greetings as well. Welcome. F Young, good evening. Greetings, sir. Okay, guys. So let's go. The first thing today, we're just talking about four things. We'll just tip on four areas, and then we're done for today, and we'll have other sessions. So the first area we want to discuss in Bitcoin. 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 Basically, Bitcoin, what is happening to Bitcoin right now? What do I expect for Bitcoin? And what is the next move for Bitcoin? So I would definitely need to share my screen to talk about that. And now, okay. And I want to make the screen big. So, okay. So let's do this. Let's go to one of the charts which I know I used previously to talk to us about. And then let me do this. Okay. So basically, if you look here, if you look at this chart, the Bitcoin chart, one of the things you see, or one of the things you know is one of the things what I emphasized a couple of days to you guys. Remember when I told you guys that from the 24th of April, right, to the 4th of May, what's this? Let me click on it. So to the 4th of May, the markets would have gotten to this zone. So we're looking at initially there was like a horizontal line here, right? And I said the market's going to close below, we're going to get below 60K within these dates when I told you guys. And definitely, as we stated it, on the 1st of May, it actually happened. On the 1st of May, what we talked about happened from when I stated it, the duration I told you guys, because this was when we had the session around this time frame. And basically, that was like, and I told you guys that I'm going to place a horizontal line and a vertical line, and then we should expect BTC to BTC within this time frame. Why did I say within this time frame? Because of the data that I am exposed to. The data I am exposed to, which is basically not exposed to majority of the public. That data is exposed to very few persons who have direct access to information that are being communicated first of all to hedge funds, private equities, trading houses, and all that. Basically, gets this data first before the public, and that is one of the things we talk about. So someone said, "Yeah, you said 56K was, and it did exactly." Yes, definitely. This is the duration I said we're looking out for, and then it played out right now. And now that it has gotten here, it has gotten to what we would say like a bottom, and then we had a very fast move. This is the funny thing. Imagine how many days it took BTC to come down and how many days it took it to move up. So in 3 days, the market covered what took it almost a week to happen. This shows you that we are in a bull season. You are in a bull season. If you remember clearly, there's something I told you guys. I told you guys that people trying to contemplate, oh, will BTC continue going down, or will it just do this or do that to make a decision? Will it move up? This is the wrong thing to focus on. Why did I say the wrong thing to focus on? It's because we are in a bull season already. And being a bull season, imagine the market has been going, it took one full week for it to go down, or more than that, when we see that on the chart. But it took 3 days to move back up what took it 1 week. That's how it is. Sometimes what will happen in one day, in the next coming period we are in, especially as we're entering summer, what will happen in one day is what maybe the market will be supposed to take like 60 days, 30 days, 90 days to happen. It will just happen within a day. And that's what we are seeing. And that is a positive sign and sentiment that you should know this. So anybody who is not positioned will miss out a lot. And the major emphasis and the most important thing right now is to make sure you're positioned. Not even so. If you care about BTC, the only thing you should be focused about BTC is just how to trade it. If you care about it, it should be that baby you just want to be trading it, not because of you're waiting for it to maybe go. You know, like some people are saying that BTC is still going to go deep, very, very deep. It will not happen. BTC will not go very, very deep again. And those things is making people like, okay, instead of buying now, let them just wait. The truth is, even if it goes deep, the way it will bounce up will be so fast that you will not even have the time and chance to want to buy all those things you want to buy, because most of you are always still filled with fear. In the past couple of weeks or so, when the market started behaving, like some of you are filled with so much fear and uncertainty. And like I always say, people who are filled with fear and uncertainty comes out from ignorance. And why ignorant? Because they don't know. And that's why if you're constantly joining the sessions I do, the trainings I do, it bridges that for you. And one of the biggest edge you can have in this bull run is to make sure you are in the bull run group. So because if you're in the bull run group, or you have access to the ETF report, one of the things you get periodically from time to time is the data I will share. Sometimes I share data of what will happen in the market, which I may not. Let's say I might come now and say that this market is going to move down, and then the next day, as the market is moving fast, if there's a shift in the market, there's a change in the sentiment of the market. When that change happens, there's no way for me to just announce an impromptu live stream and come and do it. But within the bull run group, I might do a voice note to explain. I might drop a chart direction. I might give a signal. So if you're not in the bull run group, you will miss out on all those benefits. If you aren't, make sure you join, make sure you plug in, make sure you take advantage in this season so you don't miss out on any of this when I'm unable to communicate it out to the public you have that privilege as well. So back to what, let's go back to the chart. So now this thing we talked about has played out exactly as we thought about. The question now is what next? What next? Chief, what next do you think could happen for BTC? Now, this is what you should be watching for BTC. And when you should be watching it is from tomorrow, there's going to be a market shift. And that was why I was very particular about putting these lines. Remember, if you've been looking, whenever I place vertical lines, I'm always very spot on. For the past 2 years, it has always been like that. And now, the reason why I put this vertical line is because from tomorrow, the 6th of May, there's going to be a market shift. And this shift is going to go from way far from 6 to 11, 12. So that means for the next 6 days, there's going to be a market shift. And now this market shift could play out in two ways. In two ways. And I'm going to show you out the two ways. So definitely you don't miss out when either of them plays out. Now, and I will give you the probability for each of them. So that means we're changing this now to, so let me put 13th here. And then probably maybe we could just remove this other one. Now, this is what could most likely we could see happen. We could see BTC I want to use like a pencil, something like to draw. That would be the best. Arrow, eraser, magic. Okay, you can see BTC do this, right? So let's, I'm coming. BTC could do this. Now, BTC could also do this. Let me use a different color. So I'm making it green and red. Now, if you see here, these two things are illustrating two things that could happen in the next coming days. The first thing that could happen is the market is going to give a false bearish move. And that false bearish move is going to be what we call a bullish trap, which is the red sign. A false bearish move is the drop is going to make everyone feels like, okay, this is going to go down to 53K, to go back to 52K, to go back to 51K, which it's basic, is what you do. But instead of that to happen, it will range within that zone, which I just highlighted, give a false bearish move, range within it, do a retest, which we now say it is a proper retest, like a lower low, a lower high, then yes, come down again. And then, but however, the funny fact and the funny truth is that instead of it to give that 53, 52 people are talking about, it will not come there again. Rather, BTC will just continue moving. And on a scale of probability, I think these have a 65 to 70% chance of playing out than even the green. The green is basically the projection that almost everyone is given that BTC should come to 53K. And if you look at the chart, honestly speaking, based on trading analysis and all that as well, it should like form like this is a lower high, right? A lower high has been formed, and then a lower low should be formed in the next couple of days, right? The market destroyed a some 20 to 30% drop, right, among altcoins, and then boom, it started before it. So basically, the market should now finally bottom out by the ending of May, and then start picking and going high from like June, right? June is next month. We have June, July, and stuffs. June, July, and stuff. Because from June is summer, right? So from June is summer to like September. So we have summer from June to like September. So but now this is this is it. These are like the two things. So basically, if you've been reading people's biases, going seeing different posts online and stuff, you definitely have come across this second bias, which is the green that says that this should come to. And definitely me too. I also expect that to happen. But the thing that is very good about Shifu World is that if you've been following me very well, I'm not always fixated about a thing. I've always been so fluid and humble enough to adjust biases so we can remain profitable. So the major reason and secret behind our constant profitability is my ability to adapt and switch very fast to what the market is presenting and the data I have available. So sometimes I could do an analysis, and probably in the analysis is showing that this is going to happen, that is going to happen, and then I get a different news, a different data that shows that opposite will happen. When I get that data, I'm like, oh, this data now is conflicting because of the level of access I have, the level of network I have. I've built it over years. For the past 14 years, I've built a very strong network of hedge funds, network of private equity firms, network of VC platforms, network of top people in the industry, top founders in the industry, top alpha communities and clubs in the industry, the most major and profitable ones. I am connected to virtually most of these platforms, and therefore you cannot be in that position I am in not having access to credible data, not having access to credible information, which gives you a 90% edge even in the market. And if you definitely want to benefit from it, one way that could really help you benefit from it is joining the live sessions periodically. Because if you look at the informations I've been given, they've been very solid, they've been very helpful, very, very powerful. And with the testimonies you keep on seeing, definitely with people who are making money based on it and from it, you definitely shouldn't make an exemption. The best way you can is making sure you join the bull run group. Because if you join the bull run group, you have access to my personal periodic mentorship, you have access to the guide and information I give, and the offers and information that is dropped from time to time. More so when you now decide to get the ETF report, it now even gives you a bigger edge because the report consists of 100% guaranteed information that comes directly from these sources, not about something basically you just see online. You have edge to an information that people online do not have access to that data. You get that first-hand data way ahead of them when you get the ETF report. So make sure you get the ETF report if you haven't as well. So back to what we were saying, that is basically my overview for BTC, and that's what I'm expecting BTC to play out from tomorrow, which is where we're entering, because the market opens this evening, right? Entering tomorrow now, and then looking at the next 6 days, BTC should do that, and based on that, one could decide to take advantage of it. And so basically, if you want to trade BTC this period, you definitely want to scalp. You want to scalp the movement. You want to scalp the movement. And funny enough, so based on this, because I have this and I have this, I would want to risk BTC twice. What do I mean by twice? So let's assume that BTC comes down, does not move up again, like it just drops, continues dropping, and then lower low, lower high is formed. I want to look at I want to make an entry around here. So this should be 75K, right? Okay, so this is perfect. I want to make an entry around this. I want to be sure that I got this correctly. So hold on a bit. Okay. I'm coming. Let me make this broader so I know I can see something clearly. Okay, fantastic. Now this is the thing. If BTC does this and this we have like a play out. So but this part of it now is something that one has to like watch in real time to see what happens. So if we get this, you might see me, you may see me do this. So let's assume that I'm shorting BTC now. I'm entering a short now. And BTC drops to like let's say 61K, 62K. I'm going to close that short. I'll enter a long again, close it here. If it decides to now drop again, I'll now wait to enter here. So I will have an opportunity to enjoy a little drop, little pump, the third drop if it happens. Now this third one is, if it happens, two could be speculative. It will be speculative. What matters at the end of the day, for those of you who are traders who trade, is if you've been joining my sessions where I teach about knowing how to plan your arrow is all there in the YouTube channel. You definitely see all of them in the. Someone in my chat is not showing. Okay, sorry. If you've been joining my if you've been joining my teachings, you definitely know these things. And if you haven't, just go to the YouTube channel that you're watching on right now. The playlist section, in the playlist of the YouTube channel, you would see where I taught the Bible section. Watch the videos in the Bible section. It will literally help you very well, especially the Bible section. They were organized there, and a couple of trading. You can also check for the trading videos I did from last year in the Crypto Capital Show series. A lot of strategies were taught there, and it will literally help you very well to navigate this thing. So for most of the people making the most profits are people who learned this thing and started implementing them. Some of them are even using it even in their forex trading and all that, and they are making a whole lot of money. So make sure the contents are there. I won't need to teach them again. They are already there available for you to watch. So now back to what I was saying. So basically, just assume that I decide to short this, and let's say I close around here, I decide to long again, it comes up a bit and then short here. Now, what matters is if I win this and decide to maybe lose this and it goes higher, I won't feel too bad. Why? Because I've made some good profit already from the previous two. But that aside, this is basically where I would want to look out to enter a trade in this zone. So it's basically going to be a zone. And when the market gets closer to a particular region, that's when it becomes valid, right? It becomes valid. And the good thing here is whether it's the scalp, maybe the scalp could make some money. If it's a so then the second drawing, where's the second drawing? I needed to draw the second one. So I think what I will do for us today is oh okay, where is this thing? So Based on the blue, I draw this, and then you get this. So let me copy the link out, and I'll go to we'll go here to the House of Word channel, and I pasted it there. So I pasted this particular drawing now because I'm going to like delete it out. But it's basically just for direction purposes, navigation purposes. So, but the beautiful thing here is that even if BTC decides to play pranks and probably move up high, you know that it's still within a zone, right? Within this zone, so it's still within this zone as well, and this zone should get some level of pullback, and the direction is still super valid, super valid. So let me stop sharing now and back to us. So let us leave BTC now. Let's go over to the trading strategy. So when I thought of this trading strategy, I did not finish it. I didn't exhaust every part of it, and I want to try to see if I can exhaust it now. I want to see if I can exhaust it now. So can you see the screen? Can you see the screen? Let me know if you can see the screen. Can you see the screen? Okay, selling trading strategy part 2. So basically, when I thought all about the trading strategy, I told us I made the emphasis on the fact why week off is very powerful during the bearish markets, and the approach to the bullish market is a bit different. And I told us of HSE, right? So if you remember what I said about HSE, what does HSE mean? What does HSE mean? What does HSE mean? Because I know I mentioned HSE when I was teaching the trading strategy. So what does HSE mean? Then I said based on HSE, out of 7 different types, there are 2 that are very particular. I think 2 or 3 I mentioned that are very particular during this season and most powerful. And I'll be teaching us one of them. But I want to be sure that you people were really following. So I want answers from those who are following. So if I don't get an answer, I will not continue it. So since I'm not seeing an answer from many of you, meaning that people were not following. Let's go over to the next thing for today. So this is the month of May. So let's talk about the month of May and some things that are particular about the month of May, and then a little bit about summer. So we're looking about the month of May that we are in. The month of May is a very particular month. It's a very powerful month. It's a very, very great month because the month of May is the bottom for the market running massively. So we're talking about the bull run, massive gains, massive benefits, massive returns, massive percentage. The month of May is the foundation month for it, especially as we are moving into summer. Particularly because we've had the Bitcoin halving, which is a supply shock event. And then we've had the ETF, which is a Bitcoin, which is a demand surge event, both happening together within the same period. This is massive for the industry, massive for the time and the season we are in. And that is why, even as we're entering this month, we had the ETFs. It was the past couple of days ago, the new set of ETFs that were approved, and we had influx. And with that influx, we're seeing the market shift happening. And there's another ETF coming up again in the next couple of weeks. So what is happening? When you bring supply shock and demand surge, both of them coming together within one period of time, what happens? In massive gains, massive returns, massive, massive gains, and massive returns. And the thing here is, why in such a period of time whereby anybody who is serious about themselves will take advantage of the opportunities that are in right now. Because the opportunity you have, you will not have it again. Someone asked me a question, and the question the person asked me was that the person said, the question was, um, Shifu, I'm hearing that there won't be any bull run again. Will the crypto market end after this? And I say that those are strong statements. It is not entirely true. There will be bull run. There have always been bull run. There will still be bull run, and the market will be there. But the market would have evolved. Number one. Number two, the best way to put it is that the opportunities that are being presented in the season and the time we are in, whereby you can turn a few thousands of dollars to millions of dollars, will never be able to repeat itself again after this period. Why? Because the major part of the opportunity will be capitalized by the power centers of the world, and a lot of things are going behind the scenes beyond what people are seeing, and that's why most people are not conscious of it. So you have to focus on this bull run like it is your last, and do, like people say, you have to do what you don't used to do, so as to get what you are not used to getting. Most times some people, they want to you see people who want to what's the word, some people are more concerned about making short-term gains than really changing their life this bull run. And in fact, that's why we decided that, okay, in the bull run group, we'll have the short-term calls, we'll have the bull run calls. But still, I still consistently make emphasis that even if you're making money in the short term, make sure you maximize the bull run potential. So if you've not joined the bull run group, join the bull run group, give you access to this guaranteed information, this top-notch information, this exclusive information, this data. And yes, you could make short-term calls. But besides all this, you shouldn't lose sight of whatever gains you're making in the short term, shouldn't make you lose sight of the bigger picture. We're not in this. Last year was the bear market, and the year before last, from 2022 was the bear market. In the bear market, we're making 5x, 2x, 3x. Sometimes we're making 10x. I make massive call. GMX today, I called is it GMX or GMT? I called it when it was way low. And I predicted it's going to get us in $100, and that wasn't during the bull market. Step in, I called it during the bull market, and we see how crazy, how many X's they did. So if all this happened in the bull market, sorry, during the bear market, we made amazing calls, we made amazing gains. Now, if we made that much during the bear market, how much more are we going to make even in the bull market? So we shouldn't limit our mindset. We shouldn't limit ourselves. And once we are moving into summer, we're moving into the point whereby we're looking at an over an $80,000 to $100,000 Bitcoin in this summer, and that is just in a couple of weeks' time. An $80,000 BTC to $100,000 BTC in just a few weeks' time, because summer starts from June, right? The month of June, July, August, September. Those are the 4 months we have in summer. So we're looking at a 100K BTC by summer. And the question now is, how are you positioned for it? What advantages are you taking? What precautions are you taking for it? Are you making the right decisions? Are you positioned in the right way? If you aren't, you have to be. If you aren't, you have to be right now by joining the group, getting the ETF report, being positioned, and making the most out of the time and the season we are in, because you may never get this chance again. And you want to make most of the opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of that opportunity. And that is what this season and this period and this time is granting to us. In a few weeks' time, we're going to be having an NVIDIA, one of the NVIDIA major conferences. I think it should be somewhere around, is it the third week of May, if I'm not mistaken, right? We're having NVIDIA earnings coming up. And like you saw, like the AI coin, there's a coin called AI on Sleepless AI on Binance have been popping up, and that's because of the catalyst. So we're gonna have AI is gonna be a very strong catalyst, from this month, from this month of May, moving into summer, and to get stronger and intensified in the bull run as well. And if you want to take advantage of such, make sure you are joining the bull run group. Make sure you have access to the ETF report so you make the most out of the time and the season we are in as well. So, guys, what is coming next? What is coming next? So, I'm just looking at a comment now. We replied me late. I was waiting for a reply as regards to trading strategy, and it is late because this is the thing. You don't want to waste time on when you know how important what you're teaching is. You don't want to waste it on people we think may not be um, do not take it serious or are not actually utilizing it. And that's why I asked the question. I wanted to be sure people were listening, people were learning. So I don't know I'm wasting. So I'm sure I'm not wasting my time. And that's why I asked that question and I kept on repeating and repeating. But our replies were very late. And like I said, most of you who, if you've been watching my live streams, and you know that I'm very, when I say a thing, I just keep to it. So I've moved past it. I've moved past it. Maybe I might decide to teach it again. Maybe not. But the advantage you have is that I've taught it before. I didn't finish it, but the little I touch, maybe you can utilize it, and it's literally going to help you as well. But to touch the second part, I'm not going to do that any longer already because I've already moved past that as well. But moving forward into the week, we're going to have various other sessions, and I'm going to teach a couple of things and a couple of topics. So information to be posted out on the groups in the platform. Or I'll also be holding a private session with those in the bull run group. So there might be announcement for the particular day as well. So if you are not in the bull run group, you won't have access to those exclusive sessions we do have. If you want to have access to it, make sure you join the bull run group so you do not miss out on those exclusive sessions. And keep our eye for announcements and informations that will be dropped as well. So now we are coming to the end of today's session. And like I always say, if the student be ready, the shifu will appear, right? And when the shifu appear, what happens? The student will always prevail. Meanwhile, ongoing right now, I think there's a Zoom meeting going right now by the CEO of Gems, and I don't know if it might be filled up already because there's like a limit how many people can join that room, and then there's a need. So basically, I'm posting the link um on the Telegram, so you can actually join from the Telegram. If you're on the Telegram, you can see it, and you can join in to listen to the C. I think he's going to talk about when James is going to be listed and all that as well. Personally, I'm not joining, but you can join if you want to. I just shared it to all the Telegram groups and stuffs now. Okay, guys, like we always say, bye for now and have a blessed evening. See you when we see you in our next live stream session that we're going to be having. And what I'm going to teach as well will be announced and posted.